Yo, welcome into the Fantasy BS show. We got sickos, we got everything. We got to apologize. Life got at us. We got away from this, but this podcast today is specific to the Rumble. What's up, everybody? Everybody's killing it. It's about that time. Smitty, how you doing over there? How you doing, man? It's
Man,
sunny out
right now I got the first seed in that league, and I just don't know how long I'll hold on to it. But hey, it's a good time over in the Rumble.
Do you know every week you're like, I consider you a best friend in fantasy. Like, I mean, we get down, Smitty. We run three different podcasts. I mean, I talk to you probably more than my wife in text messages these days. So I have your first round pick, and I do root against you. I want you to win because you're my buddy, but I want your pick to not be higher than the 8 or 9. I just looking like it's going to be higher than that. Cutoff this year is probably going to be 7 or 8 on talent, but this is going to be a good draft. So please don't win the league, but as your friend, I want you to win the league, Smitty. I'm a good guy. I like you, man. I really do.
Thank you. Just it depends on how much you believe in Goff and Carr at this point.
Yeah. So let's talk Rumble, bro. This is one of my favorite leagues. You know, I run this, I run Dgens, I run a few more, but Dgens and Rumble are really a couple of my favorites, and I really love how Rumble's built. We got people I never really knew until now. Dude, we got trades going crazy. We got people rebuilding. We're fighting for the 101, which is absolutely solidified by Jeezy right now. But look, that 102, 103 is going to be very, very important this year because we got two good quarterbacks, maybe three coming out, but we got a big boy wide receiver. So as we're fighting, these top four picks are going to be very valuable, and it's quite interesting to see who's going to be the 2, 3, and 4 this year. But what are your thoughts on the league so far? This is the first year of the Rumble, man. Are you having fun? Is there anything we need to do differently? Tell me about your thoughts on Rumble.
My thoughts on Rumble is this: you guys are scary to trade with, and it is also even more terrifying to see trades go down. When I see a trade go down in this league that I'm not a part of, frankly, I get nervous because it's like, okay, someone's really trying to be the biggest boy in that playoffs thing. So it's a terrifying league, and I really just don't even know how I'm at number one so far. It's just the luck of the draw, I guess. And everyone that's competing, which is a lot of us, are really fighting their ass off. So it's a truly competitive league, and it's terrifying, frankly.
Yeah, well, it took me a month to get a trade done with Jason. And by the way, Jason, I know you're always listening to these, man. I love chatting with you. I hope things are going well over there. I know it's kind of crazy over there in the Middle East, but brother, I know I've been checking on you. Hope things are going well. Love the way we play fantasy, but it took me a month to get Jalen Warren, a first round pick for Jalen Warren in this league. And I love Jalen Warren. I wasn't selling him for anything else because you know what? He is a good piece next year. So I wanted the first, and finally I got a DM from Jason a couple of days ago. It was just like, it was pretty much like, all right, fucker, like, I'll do it now. That's pretty much what it was like. So let's go over some standings, man. So yeah, Drax and Bautista, man, you're killing it. You're up there at 8-2. Let's talk a little bit about Coltrane. By the way, the entire draft process, Coltrane, I love that name. Every time I was seeing it on the draft, we were talking about, I'm like, I just like this guy's name. So we're 8-2. He's crushing it up there. Bismarck, I've been talking to you all morning. We've been working on some trades. I've kind of told you a little bit about my philosophies. I don't know if we're going to get there on the trade because I kind of got things really consolidated right now for next year and cheering up and things like that. But man, cheers to you. You're doing it well. Team Assad, way to go. 8-2. I mean, we're really right there in 2, 3, and 4, and it's just all about points right there. Chad Lover, man, he's the king of trading during drafts. I've done like 3 drafts in the offseason. Man, that dude just crushes trades and sets himself up well. But you know what? We still want to see that trade activity happening during the regular year. Jason, you just took a big trade from me. I think it's a good piece to move you up 6-4. So right there is kind of where the cream's settling to the top. Those are the best teams in the league. The rest, I think, we're all in rebuilding, playing for next year, fighting for draft spots. But who are you afraid of in the Rumble right now?
I'll say this: B Marks, I completely consider him to be my rival, moral enemy. Tough guy to play, tough guy to play, and if I'm being truly honest, he will be the he will be the Super Bowl favorite no matter who the hell he plays. Whether it's me, whether it's ASAD, which by the way, ASAD, you are about to get number one by the end of the week. I had a quarterback situation that I cannot resolve in time, so just hey, keep the crown is all I'm saying. So yeah,
Is that how
ASAD.
you read that? Do you read it
What?
ASAD or Assad? Do you read it ASAD or Assad?
I'm afraid. unfortunately, I say the word a sad because it's like, damn, I'm sad to go against him. But that's a great question. I would love to know. So if he can let us know, that'd be great. So I could stop saying he's sad.
Oh man. So let's talk about our bottom teams. Let me pull this back up. Rumble. So I'm gonna give it to you, Jeezy. You know what? I did a punt first year. I had to pivot about week 4, 5, and 6, right in there where I started, realizing that I was punting first year anyway. It wasn't happening. Now I need to go play for some players coming out. Freezy, I don't know if it was a plan from day one. There is nobody that's getting the 101. You've got it. Enjoy Caleb Williams. I think that's going to it's going to help your team so much. So, way to go, Freezy. I'm sitting down here in the 2 spot. I like where I'm at. I will tell you, I probably am trying to put a team out there that's going to somewhat maybe have players. I'm not going to leave my lineup dry. Please don't leave your lineup dry. You have to have a warm body and a beating heart in your lineup. We all make mistakes, and I'll tell you, I made a mistake as well because I had my buddy over and we were getting a little, what, and I just totally forgot to take a player out of my lineup one day, and I was like, oh my god, I'm commissioned this league. So I get it happens, but let's focus. We're in this playoff run. Let's focus. I don't care. The player has to be active on a team and have a beating heart and just put him in your lineup, even if he's a third or fourth string. It doesn't matter. That's how this game's played. But please
Now, I
do
do have
that.
a question about this really quick. What if this player is on a bye? Are you okay
He's
with
not
that
going to be in
bye?
your lineup. You have to find another player to play. I don't care. They have to be a warm body with a beating heart. I do not care if it is a fifth string wide receiver. I don't care if they don't even touch the field. They have to have the opportunity to touch the field because as commish, I'm not going to tell someone their thought process is wrong. I'm not going to tell somebody that player's not going to do anything because what if they get the 90-yard touchdown and they look at me and say, see, I knew this was coming. So I'm not going to judge who you're starting, but they have to have the opportunity to play in the game. Now, the other side of
Love
it,
that.
I will not be a jerk. I get it. If you do not have a quarterback to start, if there is legitimately not a quarterback to start, I get it. You're not going to the waivers to get a quarterback. It's just not there. I would like to see someone try to trade for like a third stringer or something just to keep the league going so warm bodies in there. But the reality is we get it. Quarterback slot's hard to fill, but the rest we can find a warm body. There's somebody on a 53-man roster that we can put into the lineup right there. So please do that. Other side of it is $50 holler. You remember that bet we did? Don't think I forgot about it. Smitty, you remember the $50 holler bet?
Yeah, it was a I don't remember the week, but it was a tight end bet. The best tight end got $50. Yeah,
Week three. Week
week
three. I
three.
haven't forgot. I just haven't got in here to do the live thing because we run 3 different podcasts, so it takes a little bit for me to get to this one. But we're gonna do this weekly, okay? We might miss a week here and there, but we're gonna do this one weekly because I do love this. But $50 holler prize goes to Jeezy. Not only are you getting Caleb Williams, you now have $50. And by the way, this $50 that I'm paying goes right into your fees for next year. So whatever
That's
you do
fire,
next year, you only owe 200 right now unless you win this next bet. Woo!
that's
You
fire,
guys ready for the next bet?
dude. I love
All
this
right.
idea. I love this idea.
All right. Everybody has played Dynasty. Nah, not everybody, but most of this league has. And I'll tell you, I did something cool for one of my other leagues that I love the most. I paid everybody's league fees for 1 year. So Dgens is covered next year. There's no fees in there. I've already covered it. It's already sitting there in league safe for everybody. But guess what this contest is? This contest is going to be highest score. This contest is going to be highest score. And the reason I'm doing highest score is for all you boys out there that are tanking, there's a reason to go and play this week. The
Mm,
highest score this week will have their fees, $250 paid by this commissioner for their dues next year. We're going to run a really big contest here. So this is a $250 Make You Holler contest. Smitty, what do you think about that? I'm being pretty generous here, aren't I?
I mean, generous is not. It doesn't really cover how crazy and amazing that is. But what I love about this is it really forces everyone to put their best foot forward, and that is fire. So yes, and also if I'm being selfish, it terrifies me because that means a my opponent Asad or Assad, he's gonna even make his team scarier. So it makes me nervous, and now I have to react before Sunday. Oh my God, it's gonna be a busy day today. Thank you.
Yep. So here's what we're fighting for. We got B Arms, Oh My Balls, Irby, and GZ90. We are Set it up there. Let's go. Let's try to get the league fees paid. So we're good there. But let's talk a little bit about some dynasty strategy here, Snake.
Oh, sure.
I put a poll out for the league about trade deadline. I'll be honest, as commission, I didn't mean to put a trade deadline in there. I think I missed that. I was just probably setting up the league a little too fast. I'm a big component of no trade deadline. And the reason I'm a big component of no trade deadline is I want this to be an open economy that you can go find anything you want. If you are getting into the playoffs and you need a piece to go win, why not make your team better to go win? But why not allow the team that is not doing well, that wants to make their team better for the future, why not allow them to be better? I like an open economy to be able to do this. And I'm a big advocate of this. I put a poll out there. I can't change. It's hard to change unless it's unanimous this year, 100%. So please go vote on the poll. If it's unanimous, I'll pull it off. As commish, I'm not even going to put a poll up next year. I will be pulling off the trade deadline next year, but I can't make that midseason because there are some teams that maybe made some moves because of that trade deadline. So I'm not going to be a jerk about that. But if it's unanimous inside there, I will take it off this year. So please go vote on there. Smitty, what do you think about me pulling off the trade deadline next year?
It's very exciting in my opinion. I love it because now, when we see that message saying, "Hey, this is the deadline is coming up, so make your moves," it does kind of put like a red alert and maybe even a little bit of fire in my heart. So it's scary, and then you do crazy things under pressure. I was in a 10-team dynasty league that fell apart really quickly, but I need to mention that because the idea with them was they wanted a trade deadline because once you're in the playoffs, they did not want to see all kinds of picks being traded off just so that the top team could make sure they get a win. And I think I kind of understand that, but at the same time, it's not like the team that's giving up the player for picks is, like out of it completely because these picks are still very much valuable. So it's a fair exchange in my opinion. Sucks that they don't get the first prize, but they're ready and trying to set themselves up for the next one. So I'm all for no trade deadline, even on the
That's
final
awesome
Super Bowl
because
week.
think about it, Smitty. If you're running right week one in the playoffs, okay, and
Mhm.
you have your big boy go down, why are you not allowed to go center first out there and still try to win? Because you will make a team better and you will try to get your championship. So please listen to it, vote. I want to know your guys' thoughts as league commish. I do like to hear the people, but there are some things I do like to be firm on. And I am going to be firm on the trade deadline next year, unless the whole league blows me up and just hates it. Yeah, I won't do it. But please, as commish, I would like to do that. So as top of the league, Smitty, who is going to be a league winner that you're trying to go out there and get right now? Who do you need on your team to make this run that you think you can go make a trade?
Oh boy, so that's a good one. I really like the just because of his schedule. I really like the idea of going for DeAndre Swift.
Okay.
As far as receivers go, I'm even interested in. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know. Any targets of yours? Any targets you got in mind?
So I think Jason just took a league winner away from me, which is why he paid a first for. I do believe Jalen Warren, I think, could be a league winner. And I also been saying that from the beginning of the season. It just took some time to get there. That'll be a 50-50 back split, but I do think he's there. I think you can go after a guy like Hollywood Brown, maybe try Rondell Moore, maybe try after on that AZ offense and see if it clicks. Kyler looked pretty good out there. Trey McBride, go get him. Go get him. Trey McBride's going to be a league winner in the tight end spot, especially these teams that are going to rise to the top, because the reality is they're going to have a strong tight end position. They are absolutely going to have a strong tight end position. You have to be able to compete with that matchup if you think that you're going to win. You're playing the Travis Kelsey's out there. I mean, Sam Laporta. I mean, there are some out there, but Trey McBride's rising up. So go get Trey McBride. That's kind of where I think you can go find a game, a league winner for that position. But the other one, take some stabs at. But you know what? I'm interested to hear your thoughts. You have Raheem Mostert on your squad. You know I'm a big Devon Achan guy. By the way, his nickname is Buzz Lightyear. We haven't officially nicknamed him in this one, but our main podcast, his nickname is Buzz Lightyear. So is I mean, we're talking about the number. I mean, he's in Raheem Dream. How do you get him off the field?
Oh, Achan.
Buzz Lightyear, baby.
I mean, honestly, I think that is an ideal trade target, especially if you want to win the damn thing. But Mostert truly solidified himself in his absence, even before. Like, I mean, I'm here because of Mostert, if I'm being honest. So, I we're just gonna have to expect goodness from both of them. Kind of like a David Montgomery, Jameer Gibbs situation. Like, if you got either one, you're smiling ear to ear.
I absolutely agree. Smitty, you got a few more minutes to spend on this podcast because I know we're going to do another one right after this. But there's a couple things I might want to talk about here
Oh,
that
for
are
sure.
strategic.
Yeah.
So I was texting you over the weekend about how I have to put a competitive player in a lineup. Same thing here. A warm body. Yeah, I want last place in this league, and I'm fighting with this other guy. We're being very strategic about the players we put in. And I swear to you, I put three nobodies in. I can't remember the names of them anymore. They are absolutely nobodies. And
Mm-hmm.
each one of them scored like a 40-yard touchdown on one touch in the game. And I no longer have the 101. So I want to talk about strategy that people don't really utilize when we're looking at, the bottom and we're trying to put people in there, but we're also trying to get the 101, 102, 103, 104. So your bench matters in Dynasty. And what I see for people that don't play Dynasty a lot is they keep their bench full. Your bench is going to hurt you. If you're trying to get that 4, that 3, that 2, why do you have people that you're never going to put in your lineup on your bench scoring points? Because the points you score on your lineup matter. And if you're looking at a seeding and you're going to be 3 and whatever, and someone just scores less points than you, well, guess what? They're going to get a better pick. And you've had all these people on your bench. So in these leagues that I'm looking, you can look at my bench. I don't have a full bench in Rumble right now. And I have leagues where I legitimately have consolidated my whole bench to only having like 4 or 5 players. And I'm just getting people off the waivers that have a warm body just to play for league format. But your bench can hurt you in Dynasty. And Smitty, do you think about that as you're building teams? I know you don't run a portfolio like I do, but you have enough Dynasty teams where you can look at, yeah, I would rather have the 3 pick than the 5 pick, and me dropping these no name players or trying to just get them on someone else's team. It can really help you. Are you thinking like that in the Dynasty format?
No, but you know what? I love the idea, and also if you're one of those people that like have a lot of picks from this next year draft, you're gonna have a lot of or even just a lot of picks in general for any draft. You're gonna have a lot of decisions once you make these picks. Then you realize you not only do you have a lot of players on your bench from the startup or just whatever you acquired over the years. Now you got a bunch of like young players that may or may not hit. You have a bunch of third rounders, maybe even a bunch of late seconds. I mean, that bench does matter, not just for like position draft position in the rookie draft, but even if for just depending on how many rookies you pick up. Like I've seen that screw a couple people over, and I just thought that was a real interesting conundrum. So yeah, I think bench is something you really should pay attention to moving forward
Yeah.
on who's
You have
killing it, who's definitely not doing a damn thing, and who could be traded away. So yeah, I think you should be looking at bench. It's a great call out.
Yeah, you got to be strategic, and these are for people that run portfolios. I know if this is your only dynasty team, which I doubt anybody in Royal Rumble this is their only dynasty league. I know that for a
Yeah, all
fact.
you
We get it
sharks.
out in this league, but if you're running a portfolio, you got to think about that. You got to be strategic. You got to know what you're trying to do, and you got to know what the other teams are trying to do. And I realized a long time ago, I'm not getting the 101, so I'm not playing for that in Rumble. But I'm sitting here with some pretty picks up in the Rumble. I've got some core players. I've got some quarterbacks. But I'm sitting 3 first rounders this year. I'm sitting 3 first rounders next year. Everybody, if you want to know my thought process, hit me up in the off season after the NFL draft. I'm going to be looking to tier up or tier down, wherever it might be. But yeah, those picks are going to be used for other things other than just draft picks. Those are capital that I can take somebody and trade up and tier up and get the player I want. So when you're trading these things, you're trading your picks. It's not about making the pick. It's about having money basically. It's money. It's free picks. It doesn't have a name to it. So you can move these things so much easier, and it's easier to tier up. So benches matter, everybody. That's kind of what I want to talk about today. Smitty, anything you want to say to the league before, as number one in the league, Mister? I'm going to take this league down. I'm not going to give this guy right here any good pick other than the 112. Any other words you got for the league?
I just want to let this league know. Yes, I am sitting at number one as of today, but in 24 hours, uh, 48 really. That's gonna change, and I'm just want to let you guys know that you guys are so competitive to where I'm sitting at number one with a frown. Like I'm nervous. You guys have me terrified. So I'm just thankful to be playing in a league that's competitive. So shout out to you guys, really.
Let me look at this lineup real quick. We are there. You go, Drax. So, oh yeah, Jackson. Yeah, Mixon went off. I'm going against Mixon in a league I really need to win. That really killed me. Yeah, Smitty, you might be in some trouble this week. We'll see where your team's going to go off of whether or not Tony Pollard and what Raheem the Dream's going to get when Buzz Lightyear comes back. That's going to be your fate. But hey, guys, we're going to end it. Good seeing you. We're going to try to do this every week. Please jump on, listen. We just like to have fun. We're going to make this more fun here and there. But please drop me any notes, anything you want us to talk about. It's on. Please vote for the trade thing because you're messed up over here. And I'd like to get rid of that, but I won't do it unless it's unanimous this year. And again, next year, as long as the whole league doesn't blow me up, I'm going to take it off. All right, guys, good luck this week. Assad, Asad, whatever we want to call you, go kick Smitties. You know what this week? I need a better pick. All right. Good luck, Rumble. Remember, whoever has the highest score this week, their league fees are going to be paid next year. And if you've already paid in, well, we're all paid in next year. It will be for 2025. But if 2025 is already paid in, I'll pay 2026.
Damn.
And one more reminder before I hang up this up, please, if you have traded a 25 or 26 pick, we have to get you paid in. I'm going to set up league safes later. We have to pay in for whatever. I don't even care. It's a third round pick. If we trade future picks, we got to get paid up that year. Jason's getting paid up on Monday. Please, just if you've done it, I'll post a league safe. Don't make me go do the homework. All right, now I'll hit the intro music or exit music. Cheers, everybody. Good seeing you all. Good luck this week.
Woo!